You're streaming live now from Fox, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us on this Monday, February 7th. I do want to turn to a story that we have been following very closely since the very beginning. Spotify saying that they will not be silencing Joe Rogan after a video compilation of him repeatedly using the N-word surfaced this week. That's according to the company's chief executive officer. They released a statement saying there are no words I can say to adequately convey how deeply sorry I am for the way the Joe Rogan Experience controversy continues to impact each of you. He said, I think it's important you're aware that we've had conversations with Joe and his team about some of the content in his show, including his history of using some racially insensitive language. Now, I do want to bring you this full report from Fox News' Chris DeMeo. He has more on Rogan's specific apology and how Spotify is continuing to address this backlash. Let's listen in.
I'm making this video to talk about the most regretful and shameful thing that I've ever had to talk about publicly.
Podcast host Joe Rogan sparking new outrage after videos showing him repeatedly saying the N-word have resurfaced.
It's a video that's made of clips taken out of context of me of 12 years of conversations on my podcast, and it's all smushed together.
The host of the Joe Rogan Experience podcast on Spotify issuing an apology over the weekend while also explaining why he chose to say the N-word in the first place.
When I would bring that word up, like if it would come up in conversation, instead of saying the N-word, I would just say the word. I thought as long as it was in context, people would understand.
More than 100 episodes of Rogan's podcast have been since removed from Spotify. And in a letter to company employees, CEO Daniel Ek says Rogan's comments do not represent Spotify's values, but that, quote, I do not believe that silencing Joe is the answer. Ek is, however, investing $100 million to help promote music and audio from historically marginalized groups. The backlash comes after a number of musicians, including Neil Young and Joni Mitchell, recently removed their music from Spotify after accusing Rogan of promoting false information about COVID-19 vaccines on his podcast.
The controversy around Joe Rogan is a test case for Spotify, and it's a really difficult balancing act.
Going forward, Spotify says it will include content warnings ahead of any COVID-19 related podcast. Chris DeMeo, Fox News.
And if we do get any more statements or apologies or any sort of remarks or reaction from either Spotify, Joe Rogan, or others, we will be sure to keep you updated with all of the developments here on Live Now from Fox.